Hi, my name is Angela.
And Angela, you're not an actor, right? I didn't hire you to do this today. You're an actual client of mine.
I am an actual client. Very happy to be an actual client.
So, Angela, before we met, what were the biggest concerns you have about your retirement?
That I wouldn't have one. There was so much volatility every time. I was one of those people that watched the market every day, and when the highs are good, they're wiped out entirely by when the red shows up. And it was just crazy. I can't do the bouncing ball thing.
So you didn't like riding the roller coaster a stock market?
I am not a roller coaster rider. I didn't buy that ticket.
Okay. What kept you up at night financially? Was it just really the worry about losing money in the market, or was there something else?
One, worry about losing money in the market. I am my own backup plan. I'm not married. I have to plan for this on my own. And one, I don't have a ton of knowledge in this area. And so that's always, the rules of the game are always changing. Truly, my biggest thing was, can I, quote unquote, retire when I want to and still have a livelihood that is going to match what I want? I've worked my entire life. I don't want to get to the place when I retire that now I'm worried about, can I make my house payment? Can I go to the movies? Can I travel still? So yeah, those were the things that honestly ran through my head all the time.
Having your money in the market, was there ever like a thought or a fear of maybe that money running out on you at some point, maybe later in the life?
Oh, heck yeah. There was you see a gain, you gain $1,000. The next day you lose $3. So now you're in the negative already. And it was just the back and forth. And I'm not one to sit there and watch it all day long. So I miss those little tiny windows of, hey, go buy this, and you're going to make $1 million. No. And so, yeah, I worried about was what was going to happen when I reached that place.
So what made you decide to work with me and work with Spark Strategic Wealth instead of someone else?
I actually, in my due diligence, did 3 different consultations with individuals, different companies. And ironically, the data that I was given from each individual, including you, was pretty much congruent with each other. So I was like, okay, I'm on the right path. Now I need to find the right person to walk with me on this path. I knew I wanted someone I could sit across the table with. I did not want to do this by Zoom. I did not want to have a bunch of paperwork and I didn't want this to become a challenge. I wanted it to become an enhancement for what my future life is going to look like. And so I saw your first movie, and I was like, okay, I kind of like this guy, how he's doing things, down to earth, felt right. I'm an intuitive person. If it feels right in my gut, felt right. The knowledge you gave, you weren't trying to sell something. I didn't feel like I was being pushed. Even, at the movie, you did a little speech thing, and it was just more of an invitation to, hey, if this feels right for you, let's sit across the table and talk. And so I filled out the form that night and turned it in, and you guys called me. And when we met, one, you were prepared. That's important to me. You're prepared. You already kind of you read the stuff on my card, and you sort of kind of knew where we were going. But again, it wasn't pushy. And I always look back at the time and I've never even told you this. I look back at the time that we first started, and Jeremy, everything we did from start to finish, it was just like it just flowed like a river. And before I know it, it was done. And I'm like, it's done. We're okay now. And that was kind of cool. There was never this feeling of, oh, you got to go now. You have to hurry up. You were always just like, get it to me. It's good if we have it by this deadline so we can get this done. You weren't pushy. I didn't feel sold. I felt heard, listened to. I have trust in you. and we build a great relationship. So that matters to me.
Thank you for sharing that. So, was there anything that stood out about the process that we walked through together?
Yes, and this is not throwing anybody else under the bus. Simplicity. Simplicity. You were prepared. You had ducks in a row. That for me builds trust. That, you got to know that before we actually met, and of course now we know each other much better, but there's a sense of in the back of your head, hey, I'm fixing to let go of money that I've worked my whole life for to a total stranger for this period of time that it moves from point A to point B when I can actually see where it is. And simplicity, not that things weren't properly covered. It was easy. Things were explained well. You told me what to expect. What you told me occurred. If there was any sort of a hiccup, like we had one that was not anything other than a document, it had to be a certain way, you called me and you said, hey, it's going to be like this and like this and like this. And that's exactly what happened. And so, yeah, for me, it was ease and simplicity.
So, Angela, what's different about your life now that you have this annuity in place?
I don't worry. When I called you, we were getting together for this meeting, I said, hey, Jimmy, tell me how I'm doing. You told me how I'm doing. I don't worry. I don't worry. And we've got a plan. You've told me what I need to do for the next 3 years. So there's an end goal. I know that I can have the lifestyle I want when I retire, and I'm not going to have to be like others I've seen where they're like, oh my God, I'm retired. I have to cut all of my corners and no, I can't travel with you right now. I just retired. I don't have to worry about that.
So how has your peace of mind changed knowing that you can't lose money in the market now?
Oh my God. I don't worry about seeing red, right? Red, I love red. Red, I got red hair, love red, but I don't want to see red on a spreadsheet with my money in it. And so for me, on my own, single, I need to know I have something in place that can be counted on. And you have set this up for me. You've guided me appropriately. I don't worry at all. I don't. It's a weight off of my shoulders. I don't worry.
What does it feel like now knowing that your income is guaranteed for life?
Yeah. I mean, how cool is that? How cool is it to know that at the end, whenever I decide, okay, I'm not going to go punch the clock every day, that, okay, it's all right. I've grown up in the generation of you work hard, and you work until the time that you retire, and then you have to build. You don't count on Social Security. Who knows if it's even going to be there when that time comes? You have to be astute about making sure you've got your own stuff in place.
So what are you able to do now or plan for or enjoy that you weren't confident about before?
As we just talked about, I've got another business line that we're fixing to launch. That's going to be my retirement background job. And so to know I can do that, and it's going to be fun. It's not going to be quote unquote work. It's going to be fun. I can do that. I cannot worry that, can I keep my house, right? Do I have to downsize? I see so many people downsizing. I love my house. I don't want to downsize. I'm going to move anywhere. I don't want to make any change in the life that I've made. I like what I have and I want to keep it. And knowing that I can do that it's peace of mind. It truly is.
So last question, if someone was watching this and they're still unsure about working with me or with Smart Strategic Wealth, what would you tell them?
What I would tell them is you have to identify for yourself what matters most. And if trust, if knowledge, if integrity, if conversation, if relationship, if open communication, if planning, if those things are important for you as you are making this choice, then Jeremy, you're the guy. I chose you intentionally. Never have doubted that. Never considered another option after I went through all of my interviews. So if those things matter for someone's watching, you're their person.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for doing this, Angela. This has been great. It's been wonderful to work with you, and I can't wait to continue this and work together for years to come. So,
There we go.